So I'm Brian Hughes, I'm 23 years old, just turned 23 weeks ago. I'm a music student in the CIT Cork School of Music and I'm from Dungarvan Co.Waterford. So I was in Kumasi, which is the second biggest city in Ghana. I was in two different projects. The first one was the Garden City Special School. So this was a government funded school for children with mental disabilities. And the second place I was in was Kings and Queens Care Centre, so it was a full-time centre for children with mental and physical disabilities. I think because I study music and I was trying to do some music with the children in the first project, I had one particularly kind of moving experience. There was a girl there in the school who played the flute to her while the other volunteer was videoing, and we gave her shakers, and to see the way she was shaking and moving and smiling and stuff, even though we'd been told she was pretty much deaf or had no senses, that was probably the most kind of moving, rewarding thing that I came across. The biggest challenge was communication with the children with disabilities. Obviously they do have English in Ghana, but most of the children would only have had a few words of English, and so they would always be speaking to me in Twi because they wouldn't have understood that I didn't know their language, and I'd be there trying to talk to them in English and they don't understand me. So I had to do a lot of hand movements and facial expressions and stuff, and sometimes I found it very difficult to know what they wanted or what they were looking for. That was, in both projects, that was quite challenging. Well, before I went out, I made the decision that I wouldn't bring a smartphone, I wouldn't bring a laptop, and I just wanted to try being without technology. So I guess I went to the internet cafe once a week, and I really wanted to tell people what was going on, and I was just excited every week to go in and write the blog. And yeah, I just kind of discovered over there actually that I kind of do have a knack for writing. I really enjoy creative writing and writing articles and that kind of thing. Well, since coming back, when I found out about the International Volunteer Awards thing, I want to try and go for the Gold Award. So I think the requirement is 40 hours of volunteering over 6 months. So I'm just trying to think at the moment about what I'd like to do, but I definitely want to do something like that. And I have a few kind of awareness raising action project things in mind as well. One thing I really noticed from being in Ghana particularly, I think the people there are not self-conscious at all. So spending 2 months over there in that environment, coming back here, I actually feel less self-conscious and I don't care as much about things in some ways. I think that's one way I've changed, but another big thing was, I think, the amount of time I spent around people over there. Since I've come back, I've kind of wanted to just do more things and be more active during the day and just be around people a lot more. So I think that's a good thing. I think I was almost surprised with myself, but I think the main thing I learned is that I'm actually more open-minded and more adaptable than I thought maybe before I went out. Looking back on it, I actually handled all the situations very well, and I think I was able to change and adapt to whatever came my way. So I think that was one thing. Because when I was watching everyone else's challenges, I did kind of realise, the whole country, well, all the countries in the world, they're wasting a lot of water and ice. So, like, my friend actually studied environmental earth system science, so he's kind of all environmental like me. So we kind of wanted to do something more natural, so using water fountains is the best way to do that.